chat box as well. Okay. Can anyone confirm like recording is started, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Hello all. Good morning. Welcome to Kadapa Mules of Meter. And today's topic is going to be one of the hottest topic, that is Omni Gateway. So we are going to discuss today transform your existing API into an agent-ready MCP server using MCP Bridge and Omni Gateway. And before starting the session, I'm going to introduce Kadapa Mules of Meetup leaders. Myself, Vandana Gowda. I'm working as a senior consultant at EWTC. And I'm also a MuleSoft mentor as well as Goa and Kadapa MuleSoft Meetup leader. So if you have any questions regarding Kadapa and Goa MuleSoft Meetup, so please let me know either on LinkedIn or Slack. And we have another meetup leader, that is Vinay Kumar. So Vinay also same, like he's meetup leader for the Goa and Kadapa, and he's working as a software engineer in a Province of. And he's also MuleSoft mentor, and he's also meetup leader. So if you have any questions regarding Goa and Kadapa MuleSoft meetup, so you can connect with both, okay, either on Slack or LinkedIn. So without wasting any time, so we'll introduce our speaker. So it's been like, I'm not sure, like I don't have count as well. I more than 5 times he's already spoke on our meetups. That is Nassim Khan. So I'm really appreciate him. Like every time I ask him to spoke on meetup, and he always say yes. He never said no to me. And thank you, Nassim, for that.
Thanks.
And please introduce yourself to audience, Nassim.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining. So in today's session, yeah, I'll be the speaker for this session. So for me, I mean, let me introduce myself just quickly. Myself, Naseem Khan. Currently, I'm working as a technology architect in Cognizant. So it's been 15 years of experience in IT, and as far as MuleSoft is concerned, so yeah, 8+ years of experience in MuleSoft. So yeah, I'm also a MuleSoft mentor and Nagpur meetup leader. And if you need any technical clarification and all that, so you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'll be happy to help you out. So I can share my screen now.
Yeah,
I think share screen is not active.
yeah. I first I will off my screen. Now you may have access, Nassim.
Yes.
Yes, we are able to see your screen.
Okay. So yeah. So the
Nassim,
agenda of
can
this
you
session.
please click that hide?
Sorry.
Yeah.
So the agenda of this session is we'll talk about Omni Gateway. So Omni Gateway, actually the evolution from the Flex Gateway. So earlier we used to have Flex Gateway, so it's still there, but Omni Gateway has new features, and for the agentic era it has been designed. So we'll talk about this Omni Gateway, and we'll talk about how we can transform our existing API or endpoints, particular endpoints, into MCP servers so that AI agent can discover and invoke it. So using the MCP bridge. So earlier we used to write code in order to create the MCP server or MCP tools for the agentic AI. But now Microsoft has come up with the capabilities that is called MCP bridge. So with the using of this MCP bridge, we can just transform our existing API into agent-ready MCP server, so with just a simple configuration. And how we can apply the policies on MCP servers, that we'll talk about. And will integrate with the cloud, our MCP server, which we will convert from using MCP bridge, so that will integrate in cloud. So we have to just give the prompt, just get me the details. So cloud will communicate with that MCP server, MCP tool, and that MCP tool in backend it will invoke the backend API. So yeah, this we'll talk about, and then I'll just demonstrate how we can achieve it. And then in between also you can ask your questions if you have any. Just feel free to ask, or after the demo, you can have a question and answer session. So first thing, what is a Omni gateway, right? So Omni gateway, as it suggests, right, it is a gateway. So it is MuleSoft's enterprise gateway for the agentic era. That is, they have kept in mind for this, agentic era, how we can govern every APIs or LLM or agent. Earlier, we used to have in API manager where we can govern the API, REST API, right? So in Flex Gateway, we have they have come up with the agentic era capabilities, but now they have evolved as Omni Gateway, so where we can govern every API, LLM, or agent interaction from one place. Means it's a centralized place. We can govern for all our LLM, MCP server, agents, right? So across any gateway we already run. Means if suppose our API is running in Mule gateway or any other gateway, so that can also be governed in inside this Omni gateway. So gradually they are moving to this Omni gateway. So it is a centralized place where we can control all our API, secure our APIs or MCP server. So I'll show how we can apply the policies on MCP server, directly on MCP server, not on API. And so the next question which comes in, which should come in your mind, that what happened to the Flex Gateway, right? Earlier we have heard about Flex Gateway, managed Flex Gateway and self-managed. So Flex Gateway we can say is not going away right now, but yeah, it's evolving, we can say. So Omni Gateway is the same runtime, we can say, and expanded to govern AI traffic, right, alongside the APIs you are using. So with Omni Gateway, yeah, existing Flex Gateway customers, those who have subscribed the Flex Gateway, that can also get everything they have today. So it's not, I mean, going away right now. So and they can also avail the governance capabilities the agentic era requires. So MuleSoft, as I can say, MuleSoft is not, uh, as of now, it's not only about system to system connectivity, right? Because now in agentic era, everyone is transforming to automation, right? So using the AI, we also need to evolve ourselves, right? So as a developer or as a MuleSoft professional, we should not only remain as a like traditional way of doing system connectivity, or creating an API. So we have to think out of the box how we can make use of our data layer in this agentic era, right? So we should also evolve ourselves. So that's why, I mean, MuleSoft also is not I mean, as of now it's not only in connectivity, API led connectivity, or we can say like system to system connection. So it is also jumping into the agentic era capabilities. So that's why MuleSoft is becoming like a governing uh, uh, champion, we can say, or be it agents or MCP server, or you can create APIs in any of the technologies like Azure or AWS or anything. So that can also be governed in Omni Gateway in the MuleSoft ecosystem. So MuleSoft Omni Gateway, we can say, the next evolution of Flex Gateway, and we can secure and manage AI at enterprise scale. Earlier, we used to secure and manage our APIs, right, using API manager capability and with the using of other gateway. But now it's all about AI. So we can how we can secure and manage AI at enterprise scale. So that only gateway provides that capabilities. Means it's more or less similar. Earlier we used to have policies on our API. Now we have to apply the policies on agents or LLM or MCP servers, right? So, and this one governance layer across every AI and API asset. So this is a centralized place where we can control all our AI agents, MCP server, API. So, and now let's say the existing organization, we all are relying on APIs, right? And the backend system, because AI is works on the data, right? Data is everything. In fact, in today's world, it's all about data. So MuleSoft has an API, means data retrieval capabilities and connecting the system. So how we can make those APIs agent ready, so that agent can discover and invoke that those data layers. So there are different ways. One of the prominent, ways to expose our API as an MCP server, so that AI agent, AI tools can discover and make use of those MCP tools, right? Uh, Now we can say, how does Omni Gateway make existing API accessible to AI agents? So using the MCP server through automated MCP converters. So suppose API, we have an API, and we want a cloud or any other cursor AI or any other AI tool to get those data from using that API. So MCP server is the way where we can expose our API as an MCP tool, so that a agent can discover and make use of it. So we can, using the MCP bridge, we can convert our API into agent ready tools in minutes. Earlier we used to have MCP server connectors, so we used to write code right on top of the APIs, so that we can expose the MCP server. So now they have come up with the automated capabilities, which is MCP bridge. With the using of that, we can convert into agent ready tools in minutes, right? So until here, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, and this is the graph I have taken from the MuleSoft's official documentation. So Omni Gateway can govern agents, right? So we can have multiple agents, like based on their capabilities. Means one agent can do their onboarding, one agent can do this for their salary and all everything. One agent can do the work for the employee details and everything. So how they can talk to each other, that also we can do, and how we can make it secure, right? So that MCP server also, any agent XYZ agent cannot invoke our MCP server. So those security and governing we can do using an Omni gateway at a centralized place. And MuleSoft came up with the new enhanced UI as well, omni.mulesoft.com. So they have changed some UI, and they have added some options as well for us to make use of it. So in order to, once it comes to authentication, so authentication policies inherit, we can say, automatically from the source API, right? So the governance travels from with the tool before it reaches an agent. So let's take an example of I'll show with my project. So now this is MCP bridge, right? MCP bridge, again, I just explained. Okay, with the using of MCP bridge, we can transform our existing APIs or endpoints. In API, suppose we have 5 endpoints. Those 5 endpoints are post or get or delete. So we should not expose those endpoints which is doing updation or creation of the record or deletion, because from AI agent someone can give the prompt to delete the data or something, so it will delete the data, right, without any consent. So we have to identify which data, which endpoints which needs we need to expose. So in MCP bridge it will show all the endpoints, so it's up to us which endpoints we need to convert into MCP tools. Right. Suppose out of five, only I'll just expose get method. So get employee details as an MCP tool, so that AI agent can invoke that tool and get all the information of the employee. So it depends on our use case. So that is MCP bridge. I mean, gives the capabilities to expose particular endpoint or all the endpoints, whichever. I mean, it depends on the requirements. Okay, so this is the MCP bridge. If you see here, using the MCP bridge, it will show all the existing APIs, and then if you want to expose any of the APIs, you have to select that API and select those endpoints, and give some configuration details. So it will give you the URL, MCP server URL, which has to be integrate configured in any AI agent. So in our case, I'll show with the cloud. So this is just a screenshot I have taken, and now we'll jump into the demo. So before that, if you have any questions, yeah, please feel free to. So no questions, right? Okay. So this is the API. If you see here, SAPI Omni employee details, right? So this is the project I have created, and in this one we have RAML. Okay, you can see my screen. This Independent Studio, right? Can anyone confirm?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we are able to see.
Yeah. So this is the project. Okay, in this one I have two endpoints: employee ID and employee salary by ID. Okay. So first thing what I did, let's assume that it is already deployed. So I have deployed this on runtime manager. If you see here, this is already up and running. SAPI Omni details, right? And in Exchange, if you see, yeah, uh, this one, SAPI Omni details, right? So this is published. Okay. Now, if I show you, so this is the dev URL. So if I go for 3, now applied it to LX, 3 is Peter. So it's working. So this is the URL, right? Now I'll create first Omni Gateway. We'll have to go to this. In Runtime Manager, if you see here, Omni Gateways, add managed Omni Gateway. So let's say ideal. Then use this small because that is disabled. I'll keep it this 7 deploy. Let's see if it starts. So once Omni Gateway starts and it's being started, so then we'll have to create an instance of the existing API, and we'll target runtime as Omni Gateway. So as of now, I have just published into Exchange. I have not created an instance of this API, API Omni Employee Details. Okay. So, let's see. Sometimes it happens. I mean, in the trial account, they are giving very limited resources. Yeah, now it's deployed and running. So if you see here, we have this Omni Kadapa demo. Omni Gateway is running, right? Now I'll go to API Manager. So it add new API. So you can see this select runtime. I'll target it to Omni Gateway. This gateway, and this is my specification which I have published to Exchange, right? Next. Okay. Upstream URL, I'll give it to this application. Allowed label just to identify. Apply details. API name, volume, save and deploy. So once we create an instance, so when we go to a switch to enhanced mode, so then this API will be visible and it is eligible to transform into MCP server. So if you see here, your API is being deployed to Omni Gateway. Yeah, it is there, and it is in active mode, right? So now I have opened this to enhanced mode, or you can also open like omni.mulesoft.com. So here if you see in the left hand side, this is for agents and this is for LLM and MCP servers. So currently if you see, if I click on the MCP server, there are inbuilt MCP servers are there, but for us, like SAPI, we don't have anything, right? Now we'll go to this API. This is from the existing. So if you see here SAPI Omni employee details, it is visible. Last thing 0 minute ago. So if I click here, now this option is there, expose as MCP server, right? And if you see instance, one instance should be there. This is the one 8080, and version this gateway is this one, environment policies. If you see here, so these are the policy domain, which I mean it's not yet uh, applied. Conference is okay, that is one. So now we have to go to again on overview. So if you see here, it is showing that two endpoints are there, right? Get employee salary by ID, get employee details by ID, employee slash salary slash employee ID, employee slash employee ID. Now if I click on expose as MCP server, so if you see here API is one, it is there, right? Now we have the options to expose both endpoints or all the endpoints or any particular endpoints. So let's expose only salary endpoint as an MCP server, right? And so if I click on next, this is the server name SAPI Omni Details MCP server. So we can give this description, business purpose of this. Now this is the URL. Okay, and gateway is this one which we have created. So now if you see, these are the automated policies. So inbound policies and support schema validation and all, and this is outbound. So I'll create one custom policy as well, and I will apply. So this is now SAPI Omni details SAP server. Okay, now I will create and deploy. I'll test in Postman as well. This one, once it is deployed, deployed to gateway, applying security policies. So these are being applied, automated one. Yes, MCP server was deployed. Now if I show you in Exchange, so this MCP server should be there. Yeah, this one. SAP Omni employee details MCP server. Okay. So tools means yes, tools is available, and what tools are available? This is the one. Okay. Now if first thing I'll just test in this, we can MCP. This is the URL, right? I'll connect first. So you see here, SAPI get employee salary by ID, which we have exposed as an MCP tool, right? Only one tool is there. If I provided two, so it should show Alex streamable, streaming point. listeners or their friends. And why it's okay, the base path, I believe. Sappy only details. So, okay, this is where it is coming from. To where it is. Path is this one. Somewhere I think we have added this path. Implementation URL is correct. Anywhere I have given something.
Check in upstream.
Upstream URL, yeah, somewhere. This is the one. This is correct. After this, it is taking backslash. If I make this, yeah, it is working. Ingress 8081. Okay. Someone is doing it. Something not there. Sapiomni QLH. You error file configuration. Let me delete and then first. That is deleted. Stream. Let it deploy. Where is listener is having API slash it is called slash employee. Okay, let's see. It is deployed active. Now we'll again go to API. Select this tool name, describe what is this one. Happy on Indian business. Because it is invoking this API, right? But somewhere the URL is being formed with that. So somewhere we are missing something. Let's see how it is being deployed. it is deployed. So error testing to endpoints. That one is gone. But let me see the error testing. If any log is there, no, it's, yeah, it is entered. Okay, this is different one. Streamable HTTP. Yes. Okay, endpoint is. It was at MCP. Ideally, it should respond with the this error, but I think it is not invoking this ends because it's not coming here. The log you see here get we apply only three log should there. We can see the log as well. If I go to input schema and employee ID. Okay, let me just check. So if you see here, it is being added, right? This MCP server in agent and tools instances. But why it is showing a confused failed to apply the okay. Base path. So, employee details. New instance is being deployed to. Okay, there was, I got the issue. This base path is creating an issue where, okay, because let me just, yeah, just, yes, yes. Got it. Here, what was that? Okay, yeah, delete and then we'll create again. Okay, now it is. Okay, now let's try again. It was an issue with the path. Maybe yeah, this time it should work. Or somewhere I have missed. Instances. Okay. Yeah, light is coming. Huh? So if I run to one, so now MCP is invoking this downstream API and extracting the result. So we have exposed only the employee details by ID, not salary by ID. So only this tools is being discovered, right? So now quickly I'll show this we can test in Postman as well. Now I'll configure with cloud. So developer, I'll just edit config. This was my earlier URL. So we'll have to quit and then reopen. So this is the configuration actually. MCP remote, you have to provide your URL. Okay, like I have provided this one, and HTTP transport only. And this header is not required because currently we have not applied any policies. But if we have applied any policies, so we need to pass this client ID and secret over here in the headers. So if I go to this settings, developer, now it is running. Okay, now we can ask. Just asking any, yes, there are employee tools, Omni's employee details, retrieve employee details for employee ID 1. So it will retrieve, it will invoke always allow. See if SAPI Omni employee details, where are the details for employee 1? For employee ID 3. So this is the result, right? 3 if I, okay, so 3 is, so this is how we can integrate with the cloud. And if I need to go just, okay, yeah, we have time. We'll just quickly, I'll apply the policies. Okay. So here, this is from agent and tools instances. Okay. Traditional API will be appeared here, API instances, but whatever MCP server is there, it will be inside this. So I'll apply the policy on the MCP server directly. policies, add inbound policy, client ID enforcement, attribute header will apply on this. Okay, now we'll have to go to exchange. Sorry, exchange. Now, if I run this, it will throw an error because we are not passing any authorization here. Okay, it's still being applied. Policies, inbound policy, client ID enforcement. So first, let me request access. So I'm requesting access on the MCP server, right? I'll just copy this. It's not yet applied. Edit configuration. Attribute headers. Yeah, it is there. Okay. Yeah, now you can see client ID is not present, right? So if I pass client ID, client underscore.
Address client secret you mentioned wrong.
No, 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 it is there, but key value is actually I have added a hyphen
Typo error you have given.
instead of, yeah, not sure.
The client secret client spelling is incorrect also.
Is it? Okay,
IE
so,
and
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it is okay. If I change this, it should not work. Yeah. So in cloud, we need to go to settings, edit config, open Notepad++. This is client ID. This is So this is how you can just have to save and then relaunch. So this is how we can apply the policies on MCP server directly. And what else? What else? Yes. Okay. Uh, I think yeah, I'm done. Just a quick recap, so that you can understand the steps. First, what I did, I have deployed this existing applications. Means we can take any of the applications and deploy on the runtime. Okay, and considering this API is up and running and the specification is uh, uh, it is published on Exchange, right? So now we have to create an instance. First, create a Omni gateway, managed Omni gateway. You can create user trial account. So create your Omni gateway from the runtime manager. Once Omni gateway is created, so you have to create an instance of your existing RAML, which you have already published, right? And target it to runtime as Omni gateway. So once your instance is created in API manager, it will be visible under API instance option. So once that is already created, then you have to go to omni.milsoft.com, or you can click from here only, switch to enhanced. So once you are there, then you can see this options. So you will find your API, which is already having this instance created in API manager. So then you can just use this transform expose as MCP server option, right? So with that option, you can create, you can transform your API into MCP server. So once that is created, you can test in Postman as well. So you have to just click switch request type. So by default, it is HTTP because we are testing like get post put. So we can choose this MCP. So once this is done, then you can test from here as well. Once you connect this, so it will show the list of the tools available. So it will discover all the tools. So you can select the tool and provide the input, and then you can run. So it will give you the desired response. Now once it is MCP server is created, you can find that instance in under agent and tool instances. So here you can find all your MCP server agents, whatever. So from this option, you can apply the policies for any agent, LLM, or MCP server, whatever you want. So currently you can see this MCP server instance is created, but we have not yet created, right? It is automatically getting created from this option. So using you can open this and then you can apply the policies, and it's the same way like the contract is which we have which we did for the request access from the exchange for this MCP server, and this is why custom policy, means we have added this client ID enforcement. So this is how, yeah, we can give it a try. So any questions?
Nasim, I have one question.
Yes,
Like in
please.
API Manager, we have created instance, right?
Correct.
So how it is connected to Omni means in another tab we have opened omni.milsoft.com, right?
Mhm.
So there we can see our APIs. Means once the instance is created, directly we can see our APIs
Yes.
in here.
So when we have instance created in API manager, so those API will be listed here. So we can select those APIs whichever we want to expose as MCP server.
Means it will directly connect.
It will come, yeah,
Okay.
it will come. But you must have this instance created, right? Only then it will be visible. Means
Okay.
suppose sometimes we are doing na, sometimes we are not having any raml specification, we just simple application, so that won't be visible because that is only deployed to runtime manager. So once we have a specification published to exchange and we create the instance in API manager, so that API is eligible to transform expose as MCP server.
Okay. Means this omni.newsoft.com is there, right? It will directly connect to our any point platform.
Correct, correct. It is linked. Actually, this is the enhanced version we can say. But in this one, they did some UI changes and all, but they have added some new capabilities as well. If you see here, element proxy agents, but it is both are account because I have not created any separate trial account in only.mailsoft.com, but it is taking from the same anypointmailsoft.com, same account. So
Okay.
whatever we have, the assets here, we can discover in omni.milsup.com as well.
Okay. And one more question, like upstream URL you have given, right?
Yes.
So in that upstream URL, if we give like after cloudup.io or something is there, right?
Mhm.
After that, if we give slash API, then it will work, right? Because you got an issue for that
Okay.
upstream.
Yeah. Correct, correct. Yeah, means until API you can give, so that will work. Means just explaining things. So API I have given in the listener path, right? But if but our endpoint, if you see here, from is starts from slash employee. So before that, whatever your listener path is being formed, so that we can give in the upstream URL, then that will work.
Mhm.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. But I did other way, means API I have added in the raml only.
Yeah, you edited in the
Yes,
RAM.
yes, yeah. Okay. Any other question?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So
We have one
start.
question from Vinith Nassim.
When we are directly transforming our API server from platform, does it refer to random and only when the payments against the specific quantity terms? Yes. If I let's say request payload validation error. If you see here, I have not passed anything employee ID, which is required field. Okay, so it will give this. I've shown you four policies are there. This schema validation. So this is automatic. I mean, these four policies they are applying. It's being applied once you create the MCP server. So yes, your answer your question, yeah, it is because MCP server is being created based on the specification, right? So in RAML, whatever your schema is there, the same replica will be there for the MCP validation as well, and query param as well. Because in query param, if you see my RAML employee ID is in query param, right? If you see URI param, so URI param and query param both will be taken care.
Nothing for MCP for connection to cloud or some structure you have depended in your side, like
Yes, it is there.
from, yeah, can you like how we can do that now?
This configuration or
Yeah, that from,
prompt, right?
yeah.
Okay, so prompt whenever you suppose when I first thing, the best way is to just discover the tool. Means just check, okay, if any relevant tools it is being, I mean, discovered or not. It is able to discover or not. So once it is there, and then if you so the first thing, in MCP server, while you are exposing to MCP server, you should give the brief description. Means the relevant description means what your tools is all about. So I have given the retrieve employee details, right? So in the tools only, in the prompt, I have just given, can you check retrieve employee details? So this is the one. When cloud takes, okay, the prompts includes employee details, means it is asking to connect to this tool.
Yeah, yeah. This part I understood. In Notepad, some structure you have given, right? I mean,
This
for
one you are
this.
saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, this is the
Like how?
configuration. I can paste. This is to for the configuration because in order to configure MCP server with cloud, you need to have this. And this name you can give anything. This Omni. This is your MCP server alias. Okay. And with the in order to integrate this cloud, you need to have Node.js. Only then this npx command will be
Yeah.
successful. Yeah. Node.js.
Means how this structure is defined. I mean, from like or any other structure also we can do.
No, no, this one. This one is okay because
This
we are
is the standard one.
standard. Yeah, because we are using this using the MCP URL. We are trying to connect our tool, right? So in order
Mm.
to connect to this URL, we need to run some background command using Node.js. So that's why we, if you see here, this command cd npx. So Node.js will be required. So once this URL will be invoked when you are giving the prompt. So Cloud will try to connect to this URL, MCP URL, and then try to extract the data response. So this is the configuration we need to do.
Okay. Directly this one we can configure in our cloud.
Okay, yeah. So where do we refer this config? Okay, correct. So if you have to go to your profile settings, developer. Then currently I have this one. So you will, if you don't have anything configured, it will be empty. So you can just go to edit config. It will take you to this cloud desktop configuration. Then you have to open and then give your configuration. Okay.
Can you share that the structure with us?
Chart structure is.
Thanks.
Okay, then I think yeah, we are done, right?
Yeah, Vinith is asking where do we refer this config in cloud desktop?
Yeah, I have just shown. I think Vinith, you are okay, right? From the profile settings, developer, and then edit config. Okay.
Yes. Okay. I guess no more question, Nasim.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nasim, for this session.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks everyone for joining.
Bye.
If you have any question, please connect to Nasim on LinkedIn. He is active on LinkedIn.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you so much
Thank
for
you. Thank you.
joining.
Bye.